6,600 gold bars weighing over 400 kilograms were stolen from Pearson International Airport here in Mississauga and Peel region. It had a value of over $20 million, and this particular theft has become the largest gold theft in Canadian history.
It started on this day 2 years ago with a forged document and ended up with $24 million in gold and cash vanishing from Toronto Pearson Airport. 2 years later, the gold and cash is still gone. The suspects are scattered across the globe, and the inside man, he's still on the run. No, this isn't fiction. This is Canada's biggest gold heist. Star crime reporter extraordinaire Peter Edwards joins me to break down where things stand now and who's still on the run. Hi, Peter.
Hi, great to talk to you.
So let's start with the inside man, Simranpreet Panisar. He gave police the tour of the crime site, then disappeared. Where is he now, and are Canadian authorities getting him back?
He's in northern India. He's only wanted on theft for over $5,000, so it's not technically a big offense. I mean, the amount of money is huge, and so over there, they're looking at him for money laundering. You know, if he brought in extra money, he's not as mobile as some of them because his wife has an acting career, and so you can't be an actress on the run. And she's not accused of anything, but it's not good for the marriage to kill the career and go running off.
So he's living in India, in the Punjab, with an actress, a glamorous actress wife. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she actually won a beauty title over there, and she sings on the side. So she seems quite invested in her career, and things had been going well for him for about a year and a half.
And what about the other prime steps? What about the other prime suspects in this gold heist? Who's been arrested and who is still on the run?
5 of them have been arrested. One who worked for Air Canada, one who ran a sort of a trucking company that's allegedly connected to the truck that took off with it, a jewelry store owner. There's one mysterious guy who popped up in Portugal messaging someone about arms trafficking, allegedly. And then the most interesting one is a guy from Brampton who's now in jail in Pennsylvania, and he probably will be pleading guilty to gun charges next month.
Right. So in custody, there's only one at this point?
Yeah, and he's out of the country, and he got stopped because he was a bad driver. It wasn't secret squirrel detective stuff. It was that he was driving really oddly, and then when he was pulled over, he ran for it, and so the police officer was suspicious. Also, if he had just paid up his rental car, they couldn't have searched it, but he hadn't paid it up, and so it wasn't his property, and they could go in, and they've allegedly found 65 guns in there.
So, Peter, what happens next with this case? More arrests coming, or is this a case of the case gone cold? And more importantly, is Canada ever getting the gold back?
The short answer on the gold is we've got 89,000, and that's all we're going to get, and that's in these really crude sort of bangles. The rest almost certainly has been melted down. They have found equipment to melt gold down. And that's the beauty of gold, is it doesn't have DNA. You melt it down, nobody knows where it's from. You can dilute it. I think the case is actually heating up right now because the guy in Pennsylvania, he's cut what looks like a pretty sweet deal, and so you wonder why did he get offered such a good deal? And he's part of his deal is that he can serve his time in Canada, and so if that's approved by a judge still has to approve it, but the prosecution has signed off on it, then he could have a lot to say. He also might not be too happy with how he was treated. We don't know how big of a share he got. If he got sort of chump change and he was the guy who got caught and served the time in jail, he might not be too happy right now. He did have a court-appointed lawyer, which he lucked out and got a really good one. But generally, you want someone with a real track record for this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. So this case looks to be picking up again. Thank you so much, Peter, for that summary of what's going on. That's all we have here, but you can listen to the more detailed audio version on This Matters wherever you get your podcasts, and do support our journalism by subscribing to thestar.com. And that's also where you can read Peter Edwards' full coverage on this. I'm Sabai Tazaz. Thank you for watching.